Hello everyone and welcome to NASCAR 2003, and today we are trialling or simulating the 2021 Busch Clash. We are using the drivers from this year's Busch Clash, and we are going to see what the road course will bring. There is the qualifying. Ignore me, I'm not in the race. And obviously we have 19 drivers. Now the Clash this year only had 18. Obviously Suarez wasn't in that, but we have put him in for this just to make the numbers up, basically. And obviously I think it was Daniel Hemrick, I think, is in Xfinity this year. So he won't be obviously in the Clash. So what we're doing is we're doing a 36 laps of Daytona road course, which will be the Busch Clash next year, the first time they have done it. So it will be pretty interesting to see what happens, because if we go here we can see the course. As you can see it there, so they do use some of Daytona Oval, but they're mainly on the inside. This will be Speed Weeks next year, 2021, so it will be interesting to see what happens, and I'm intrigued by how this game's going to simulate this. I know it's not true to life, and I know it's not to exact detail, but it's just a bit of fun, and it's just sort of just to see what happens. You know, will there be lots of crashes? Will there be lots of excitement? I personally don't think there will be. I believe that the road course at Daytona is very slow. Not much overtaking happens. So we will see. So what we'll do is we'll press play and go trackside. Hi Edgar, how are you doing? Are you okay? And hello Magnus, are you both well today? Let's see.
Start your engines.
Let's see what this Busch Clash experiment brings to us. As you can see, the cars are coming out of the pits to start their pace lap around the Daytona road course. This mod is from, I think it was built on the 2008 version of the road course. I think it's the only version there is for NR 2003 that I can find anyway. If you can find anything else, let me know, but this is the course that I believe they are going to use for the Busch Clash in 2021. Now I'm going to put the Nations Cup thing up because I just want to show you we're not going to be using that today. It's just I didn't change it, so I am going to just turn it off so you don't see it. So when we look at driver standings, we'll go back to the other page and have a look at that. And Edgar, you've got a new job on Monday. Fantastic. That is awesome. You've got your flight tickets and your hotel is reserved. That's brilliant. And obviously you're going to be looking forward to that. Very nervous, I bet, as well. So the pace car is going in for us to kick off this Busch Clash 2021 simulation of the Daytona road course. looks very odd with 19 cars on the track there. We are missing one, but obviously there is a certain driver that's gone to Xfinity. Obviously all the skins, the paintwork on these cars are not up to date. Obviously they are from Daytona 2019. So here we go. We are going for the green flag to start this 2021 Busch Clash at Daytona simulation. And we have the green flag, and as they go in to the first corner, what will happen? So first corner, not too bad. Danny Hamlin in first place already, doing pretty well there. We'll move to him there, and yeah, I can imagine you're extremely nervous, Edgar. I would be too, to be honest. Yeah, leaving a lot behind when you move away from home. How far away is it from where you live now in flight time? As they come down off the banked curve, down this back straight, and around this little chicane. Awesome. I don't know if there is actually a name for that, if anyone wants to let me know, for the Daytona road course, if there is actually a name for that part of the track. As they go around the high bank to set their first lap, going into their second lap. So as we can see, Ryan Blaney in second, Kevin Harvick in third, Boa in fourth, Almirola in fifth, Dillon sixth, Jones, who won the Clash this year in 2019, in seventh, Larson in eighth, Elliott in ninth, Logano in 10th, making up the top 10. Kyle Busch down there in 16th, Kurt Busch in 12th. Martin Truex is holding the line at the back. See, I can imagine from what this is going to bring to the Clash in 2021, I believe it's going to make it a very slow race. It's slow on this game, but obviously it is a game, it is a simulation, it is not to exact detail. Obviously the cars will be different next year, we will have the next gen cars. Will they use them for the Clash? I believe so. 4 speed weeks, that's probably when they'll use them. So I can imagine maybe we'll have a little bit of faster racing, but again, we're already seeing no overtaking. This is just like what happens in Formula 1. You get the pole setter or second place going into first, and it just stays like that for 70 odd laps. I hope that doesn't happen at the Clash, because the Clash has always been a good fun race to watch and obviously take part in. So I hope it doesn't destroy the reputation of the Clash, because we are used to fast racing in the Clash, and this road racing is not all it's cracked up to be all the time. So at the back of the grid, we are with Kalowski, by the looks of things. We are at the back with Kalowski not doing too well. And now with Kyle Busch, who again is not doing very well. He is at the back. Not looking like they're making any progress. Jimmy Johnson behind him. They don't look like they're making any progress to catch up with the front runners. And I do believe this is the big problem with road races. You get, it's hard to catch up. It's hard to get people's slipstream as well. There is Ryan Newman, currently out of NASCAR at the moment due to that massive accident he had. Not sure, I've not heard he's back this weekend. I'm guessing it'll be Ross Chastain who will be in that car again. So the fight for first is still going on between Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney. So it's about 3.5 hours from Holland. Okay, well, from England, I've been to Greece, and from the UK, from England, where I am, near London, it is 4.5 hours. So you've got an extra hour on. We've got an extra hour on you, so it takes longer for us. So you're very lucky you don't have to stay in a plane for an extra hour. But yeah, lots of trips. There's loads of stuff to do out there. Just honestly, stay away from the coronavirus, of course. Yeah, we can't wait for NASCAR 2021, but I am looking forward to this weekend. We are at Phoenix for the ISM race. It's going to be awesome this weekend. Definitely looking forward to that. Qualifying will be tomorrow, obviously. They are practicing today, and then we'll have the race on Sunday. UK time, I believe it's 8:30 PM on Premier Sports. So this race for first place is not creating much excitement, I'm going to say. Let's go to the back, and we've got the number 4 and number 14 fighting it out for third place. And then also we've got the back, we've got sorry, I've got his name wrong. Arimola, is that how you say his name? He is obviously, where is he in the race? He is 5th. Yes, he is 5th, so it's Almirola, sorry. Clint Bower, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin making up the top 5. Yes, you need to get away from the coronavirus, Edgar. Get away from it. It's not a good thing, to be honest. Yeah, it is. We have Premier Sports here. I believe Premier Sports is an Irish TV station based in the Republic of Ireland, I believe. But yeah, we have NASCAR here. We don't have any adverts on our NASCAR either. They play it from start to finish, which is really good. The only issue is if they have overtime, Premier Sports cut it off, so you miss the overtime. So if you know it's going to go into overtime, you have to find something on YouTube or find some dodgy internet feed to watch the overtime, because you can't get it on Premier Sports. They literally have it. It will start at 8:30 UK time till when it's due to finish at midnight, and if it goes on after that, you got no chance. You miss the lot. Denny Hamlin is looking like he's made a bit of space between him and Ryan Blaney behind him. I'm starting to believe that this coronavirus is, well, 50% of me believe it's the paparazzi, the media hyping it up as usual, but I also believe that it is bigger than what, at the same time, bigger than what they're saying, or what we're believing, I should say. You know, because in this country, in the UK, I don't know about anywhere else, in the UK we are very, oh well, just get on with it. You know, we'll deal with it when it happens. That is very, very British thing to be. We don't care. We carry on with our lives, and that is it. We don't panic, and we just carry on. I don't know about other countries, to be honest, but it seems to me the media are winding it up and making it a lot worse than it is. Yeah, we don't get that. If they do shoot, you know, if they do overtime or anything like that, and Premier Sports has only scheduled it till midnight, and the race is still going on till 12:30, we won't see any of that. It is literally cut off, and it goes to boxing or IndyCar, or it goes to something else that they're showing. They're very strict for some reason, even though it is live. It is live. It's really weird. Yeah, you're correct. It is mainly older people that are dying of it, and fragile people. They're saying people with asthma, any conditions that weaken your immune system, basically. And if you think about it, that's a lot of people. You know, luckily I don't suffer from asthma, but I know people that do, who are worried about it, because, you know, it does weaken your immune system. And not just that, people with cancer, people with leukemia, people with HIV, all their immune systems are weakened. So we could see a massive, you know, dilemma happen. I did answer you, Magnus. I did say, yeah, I'm looking forward to 2021 with the Gen 6 cars, the next gens. And I am looking forward to Formula 1 this year, but Formula 1's got so boring for me in the last couple of years, because it's just the same person winning all the time, and I don't like that person. I think he is a very, very obnoxious man, so I won't even name him, because I just don't like the bloke. But I just think Formula 1 needs to change its ethos on all these cars being different. The cars need to be the same to make it more equal, because the back markers never get to the front. The front markers are always at the front every single race. I could go to the bookies tomorrow, to the betting shop, and put a bet on, and I could probably get the top six probably. In the top six qualifying, probably I could get them nearly correct, because you know who's guaranteed to be in the top six at the start of the race. So this race isn't showing, well, it's not doing much, is it, really? Let's be honest. This is meant to be an experiment or a simulation of the 2021 Daytona Clash on the road course, and we don't seem to be getting much action. Brad Keselowski's still at the back with Kyle Busch and Jimmy Johnson. There is Joey Logano, one of my favourite NASCAR drivers. Ooh, we might have a bit of excitement here by the looks of things. Joey Logano defending that position. Yes, you're right about Lewis Hamilton. You know, I don't want to name him, but I have. To be honest, I don't like the bloke. I think he is obnoxious, rude, and big-headed. Now, I know he's got a lot of money, and I know he is good at what he does, but let's be honest, give me a few laps in that car and anyone could do it, because the car basically is the car. It's the car that wins the race, not the driver. There's so much technology going on in that car. You know, you don't know whether they're doing it anyway. It could be controlled from someone else in an office. For all we know, there's so much technology in Formula One. It's just unreal. It's too advanced, I think. But that's why I like NASCAR, because you know it is still back in the day. Yeah, they still have the 4 gears. You know, but obviously that's going to change next year, because they're going to go to, I think it's sequential gearing. So that would be interesting to see. But it's still going to be a gear stick, unlike Formula 1, which is paddle shift. And I still don't believe they do that. I think that's done automatically anyway. But I'm only joking. So you're very curious, as a Brit, how do you get into NASCAR and who's your favourite driver? Well, my son got me into NASCAR because he absolutely loves Lightning McQueen and cars, Disney cars. And he has collected them since, I think he's got every single one. It's cost me a fortune. Me and the missus have paid out money on all these Disney cars. And he got me into it, really. I liked it when I was younger, but I liked all motorsport when I was younger, especially British touring cars. I loved British touring cars. Bela was my favourite, who used to race for Audi. But yeah, it's my son basically who's got me into this, and I love it. He's 7 now. And we watch it together. It's definitely a father-son thing. My favourite driver, his favourite driver is Kyle Busch, funnily enough. He loves Kyle Busch. He loves the car. I think it's more the car, because it's an M&M car. But I've got to say, personally, my favourite driver is Jimmy Johnson. I do like Jimmy Johnson. I think he's a nice guy. Maybe he's too nice, but I like that. He's just a relaxed family guy who's got lucky, you know, and worked hard for it. There he is on the screen, and I do like Jimmy Johnson. I'm so sad to see him retire. I would say my next best driver is Joey Logano. I do like Joey. I like his optimism, and I do like his consistency. He's very consistent, and he knows how to drive a car. And I like the fact that he's tested this next gen car, and he's obviously he's said about the height restrictions, because he's a tall guy, and they've made that car better for taller drivers. Who's your favourite driver in NASCAR? Yeah, you're right. He is a bit. He is very good, Jimmy Johnson. I wouldn't say he's obnoxious and rude like Lewis Hamilton. And from what I know, he doesn't throw his money around like Lewis Hamilton does. You know, Lewis Hamilton is a big shark, and I don't like show-offs. To be honest, don't like show-offs. I don't like it at all. And he is one of them. I work at a local airport where his private jet comes in, and you know, if you want to see showing off, then you know, if I could, I would take pictures, but by law we're not allowed to. You know, it is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, the money that man has got from driving a computer, basically, because that is all Formula 1 is. They're computer cars now, and he's got the best car on the track. No one's going to beat him. He has the best car on the track, and that's the problem with Formula 1. Here we go, we're getting some racing going on with Alex Bowman trying to overtake Logano. Denny Hamlin is still up front. Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Boa, Dillon, Almirola in 6th, Larson, Jones and Elliott. Let's go to the front of the grid. There is Almirola. And there are the top two, Blaney and Hamlin. That's a good story, actually. I quite like that. How weird is that? It's funny that, because people say that to me. They say, oh, all they do is go left. Well, to be honest, I was brought up on stock car racing and banger racing in this country. So I'm a huge fan of Wreckfest, the game, and I'm a huge fan of banger racing. I've literally got a banger racing track 2 minutes from where I live. So going left is not new to me, but in our country, unfortunately, we go right. But it's a similar thing. It's just the opposite direction. You go round and round and round. Smaller tracks, obviously, they're not super speedways, and they do only about 15 laps. But there's about 30 cars on the track on a small oval. It's quite hectic. But yeah, so I've been brought up on oval racing, really, and I do like it, especially super stocks. I like I can't remember I think they're called, what are they called? Is it not NASCAR? NASCAR? Something like that. It's basically a miniature version of NASCAR in this country. They hold it in Birmingham, I believe. I do like the road courses. I like Watkins Glen. I do enjoy watching that. So this simulation of the Busch Clash 2021 is not bringing many surprises, really. Denny Hamlin has led practically, well, I think the whole way, actually. He wasn't on pole, but he's led the whole way around the track, with Ryan Blaney behind him. There's a bit of a race going on at the back between 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th place. But again, nothing major. No yellow flags yet either, which is weird. So no crashes. I'm not guessing this is what it will be like next year. So don't start panicking, NASCAR fans. Don't start worrying. But you know, if this is what it's going to be like, this will kill the Busch Clash completely. Let's go on board with Almirola. So Almirola there in his car. I've never done online racing, to be honest. People keep saying to me, go iRacing, it's good fun. I haven't got the commitment for it, to be honest, and a lot of the races are at silly times for me. So I just haven't got the commitment, to be fair, and I get quite frustrated with games like that. I do like playing NASCAR Heat and Forza and things like that, but I can just put them down and walk away. Whereas iRacing, it looks a bit serious for my liking. Gaming for me is a bit of fun. I don't want to go OTT. But you come second at Lime Rock. That's pretty good. I've never raced on Lime Rock in this game or in any game really, so that'd be interesting. I might try that out, as Almirola looks like he's going to lose 6th place. Looks like we've got a bit of a race going on here. This looks good. The Credit one and the Smithfield car. And Almirola looks like he made a mistake there. Do you know, that's a brilliant idea. We'll have to put Lime Rock for the Nations Cup Season 2. That will be pretty awesome. Almirola has dropped right back now to 8th place from that 6th place position. Denny Hamlin still in 1st, Ryan Blaney in 2nd, Kevin Harvick 3rd, Clint Bower in 4th, Austin Dillon making up the top 5. Not much is happening at the back. Kyle Busch is now last. Brad Keselowski has moved up. Jimmy Johnson in 3rd place. And Kurt Busch, who is Edgar's favourite, is in 12th, not doing very good. Alex Bowman in 11th. And Logano in 10th place. We're on lap 14, guys. Denny Hamlin is absolutely flying around this track. He's made a huge gap between him and Ryan Blaney. Do you know, I think what will happen in the real race next year, I think it will be all down to pit strategy. I really do believe that, because he's got just probably over just under 2 second gap between him and Blaney. They're both going to have to go in the pits together. If they don't, that is going to completely change the course of this race, because one will go in, one will go round, and then the other will go in, so they'll be completely split up apart. That will definitely change the places or the standings in the race. Surely it will. There is Kyle Busch, not doing too bad. Oh, sorry, not doing too good. Not doing too bad. Not doing too good at the Daytona road course. Brad Keselowski using Jimmy Johnson's slipstream by the looks of things to catch up with him. Now this is the biggest factor for NASCAR, is that slipstream. They use them constantly, all the time, and it is a big thing in NASCAR, and this is where they could falter doing this race, because they're not close enough together. But again, they're going to have to change setups, change strategies. Keselowski is now right behind Jimmy Johnson. Look how close he is to him. He is going to overtake him or undertake him. He's just got to pick the right time. On board with Jimmy Johnson then, let's take a look from his view of the track. So Jimmy Johnson, by the looks of things, has made that gap a bit bigger between him and Kowalski. Denny Hamlin is now catching up with back marker Kyle Busch. Absolutely incredible. Let's ride on board with Hamlin and see how close he is getting to Kyle Busch. That was pretty close, but Kyle Busch did not hang around. He moved out the way for Danny, and he has carried on, and he's also let Ryan Blaney pass as well. One thing you're going to see next season with these new sequential gears is a lot of gear changing. You're going to see a hell of a lot of gear changing. Even on ovals, you're going to see gear changing, which will mean on corners or bends or curves or whatever you want to call them, cars or drivers will be gear changing a lot, which will make it interesting, I believe. I do think that Ryan Blaney now is catching up with Hamlin, but does he have the minerals to overtake him? They are literally going through the back markers one by one. They have now got Kowalski and Jimmy Johnson in their sights, and he goes sideways. He was really pushing it then. Kowalski will move out the way. Jimmy Johnson's not, though. He's taking that inside lane. Kowalski's moved out the way for Blaney. Looks like Jimmy Johnson will as well eventually move out the way and give Hamlin that. There you go. He moved out the way. Let the leader past. I do like this chicane, really does slow them cars down. I bet they have such, in real life, they have such an eager just to drive straight through that. Not NASCARs, you know, other cars that have raced on the road circuit, just go straight through them cones and carry on. Ryan Blaney now stuck behind. We're now going to have drivers that have been lapped. Kyle Busch, as you can see, has been lapped, but so has Kowalski. There you go, and Jimmy Johnson. So Truex will be up next for Hamlin, who's in first place. He's been first, but Blaney has really cut that gap down to 0.548 seconds. Kevin Harvick is way behind. With Clint Bowyer, and Austin Dillon is really behind. You've got Austin Dillon, Larson, Jones, Almirola and Elliott all together. You've got third and fourth together. You've got first and second together, and then you've got Logano, Bowman, Busch and Suarez together, and then you've got Newman, Byron, Truex together. It's like you've got little packs of drivers around the track. Which is going to make it hard to focus on all the drivers that are racing. So there is Truex coming down to my favourite chicane, all on his own. There is Newman. Where is he off to? He is going in the pits, so we're having our first pits of the day. Oh! He just smashed into the number 96. Wow. Get out my way, 96. This is my pit stop. Ah, there you go. Danny has gone into the pits as well. And Ryan Blaney has continued to race on. So Danny is now pitting. Denny Hamlin is pitting, of course, which means Ryan Blaney is in first place, which means he is around the track somewhere. But will he pit as well? So let's go and find him. There he is, Ryan Blaney, currently in first position. Obviously he didn't pit with Hamlin, so will he pit on this lap? This would be interesting, because if he pits, Denny Hamlin is going to be obviously not that far behind. But he's going to have to get going quick if he's going to want to beat this boy, because this boy is going to go in the pits. And if he has a quick pit, he will get out before Hamlin can catch up with him. There you go, he is going into the pits. So now we need to find Denny Hamlin and see where he is at. So there he is, Denny Hamlin is coming through the chicane to go past the pits. I believe he will have enough to get past Ryan Blaney. Let's take a look. Yeah, he had loads of time. There is Ryan Blaney coming out of the pits, as you can see, just in front of Ryan Blaney. Will Ryan Blaney got out in front? Ryan Blaney has got out in front of Denny Hamlin. So Ryan Blaney doing a fantastic quick pit, getting out of the pit stop before Hamlin got around, but Hamlin has the quicker car. Look how close he's caught up with him already, and he's already going to overtake him. Ryan Blaney didn't even complete the lap in front of him. Wow, that is a fast car that Denny Hamlin has got. So the eye in the sky It's telling us that Hamlin has made a huge gap between him and Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney having the quicker pit stop, but and getting out before Hamlin, but not making the most of it, not defending that position. But how can you defend a position against a faster car? So let's have an update then. As we know, Hamlin is in the lead, Ryan Blaney behind him. Clint Bauer is in third, Austin Dillon fourth now. Kevin Harvick fifth, Larson in sixth, Eric Jones in seventh. Eighth is Al Mirola, ninth is Chase Elliott, and Logano is in 10th, making the top 10 there. Ryan Newman down in 14th. Now Kyle Busch is still at the back with Kalowski and Johnson. And Truex is just in front of them. We are on lap 22 of 36. As you can see, Denny Hamlin is catching up with Martin Truex. So, who thinks the winner is going to be this Sunday at Phoenix? Who do you think is going to win? Are we going to see another winner, or are we going to see an already winner this season win again? Maybe we'll have a new winner. Maybe Kyle Busch will actually win a race, or maybe it will be Jimmy Johnson who will get the race win on his retirement year. Ryan Blaney has caught up with Hamlin, but it is obviously because of Truex has slowed him up, the back marker, so it slowed him up, but it's given Blaney that chance to catch him up. Oh, we had a little bump there. Blaney bumping into the back of Truex. You reckon Truex is going to win it? Phoenix on Sunday. Interesting. That'd be good to see. The top guys at the moment have been Ryan Blaney, Bowman. So there's been some good racing recently. Them cars are pretty fast. Kyle Busch's car doesn't look that good this year. There's something not right with it. What do you think? Hamlin now moving away from Blaney. That car is absolutely rapid. So Denny is still out. I don't know why I keep calling him Danny. I don't know. We don't have Denny in this country. We have Den, but we don't have Denny. So perhaps that's why I keep calling him Danny. So I do apologise, fans. It is Denny who is out in front still, and I think he will wrap up this race, to be fair. He has been out for a long time at the front of the grid. Bonus points for him today. Definitely. On lap 25 of 36 at the Busch Clash 2021 simulation. If you're just tuning in, we have not jumped to the year 2021. We are just simulating what it could be like next season. Magnus, I don't understand what you mean. Had someone watch Olakak Okadar Faith Terim sketch? I'm guessing that's a program or a video on YouTube. So if you've just tuned in and not read the description, this is basically the Busch Clash 2021 simulation. This is apparently what we're going to have next year, Speed Weeks. Rather than have the oval 2.5 mile race, they are going to use the road course for the Clash, first time which has ever been done, and which will be an eye-opener, I'm sure, but at the same time I don't agree with it. I don't think it's going to be that much fun, to be honest. From what I'm seeing here, there's not enough cars on the track to make any fun or any close racing. Denny Hamlin has had the lead the whole race from the start, and he is lapping everyone. And now I know this is a game and I know this is a simulation, it is not true to life, but I do believe that putting the Clash to a road course is a big mistake on NASCAR's behalf. So we are on lap 28 of 36, the weather being clear. Just to add, next year's Clash will be in the evening. I think it will start at dusk and go into the night, from what I've read. So technically we've already got this simulation wrong, because we are doing it in daytime and I can't get this track at night time or night sky. So technically we failed there, as Hamlin comes to overtake Newman, who crashed into Suarez into the pits when they went into the pits, which was a bit weird. That was about lap 23, 24, I think that happened. As you can see, Hamlin is in the lead with Blaney behind. Boa, Dillon, Harvick, Larson, Jones, Almirola, Elliott and Logano making up the top 10. There is huge gaps between first and Kalowski, who is at the back of the grid, 1 lap behind. He's not even on the lead lap. Kyle Busch is at the back with his brother as well. They're both on. They've both been lapped. They're both at the back of the grid, which is not good. So this is a simulation of the Busch Clash 2021. Don't get too excited if you have started to worry that we're already in the year 2021 and you've missed Christmas, because you haven't. We are still in the year 2020. I am just simulating the future Clash at Daytona. Who is Adiko? Magnus. Don't know who that is. Who is Adiko? Oh, we had a little bit of a smash there. Truex hitting into the back of the number 14 of Clint Bower. So we are on lap 30. We have 6 laps to go. I think for next season's Nations Cup we are going to use this track, this Daytona road course. I quite like it, and I think with more cars on the track it will make it a bit more interesting. Could even use this for a what if Formula 1 raced at Daytona road course. That'd be quite good. Good episode, I think, of Formula 1 cars going around here, because seeing if they can keep up with each other. So Hamlin is still in the lead with Blaney in second, Boa in third, Dillon in fourth, Harvick, Larson, Jones, Almirola, Elliott and Logano making up the top 10, with Kalowski now 2 laps behind. So we are on lap 33 of 36. This I don't think Denny Hamlin is going to lose this race, to be fair. This simulation of the Daytona clash, Busch clash of 2021 has not gone to how I thought it was going to go. I'm going to be honest. I thought these cars would actually be closer racing than they are, but they are very distant, and there's so much distance between Hamlin and last place. As you can see, Kalowski is 2 laps behind. It can't have helped the pit stopping. Logano, from upwards, from 10th to 1st, are the only drivers that haven't been lapped. They are still on the lead laps. There's only 10 drivers on the lead lap. Bowman in 11th, Newman 12th. Suarez, who wasn't in this year's clash, is in 13th. Kurt Busch, Byron Truex, Johnson, Kyle Busch and Kalowski are the back markers. Logano, Elliott, Almirola, Jones, Larson, Harvick, Dillon, Boa, Blaney, and in first we have Hamlin, as it looks like Hamlin may put Logano on the back lap, take him off the lead lap by the looks of things, because he is about to overtake him. We are on lap 34 going into lap 35, so he may not catch up with him. Do you know what? I think he is going to put Logano on the back lap. He's going to take him off that lead lap by the looks of things, which will mean we'll only have 9 drivers on the lead lap finishing this race. Magnus, who is Adago? Adako? Who is that? Who are you on about? I sound like Adako. And there you go, Hamlin overtakes Logano. Logano moved out the way, takes him off the lead lap. Or is Logano coming back? He wants to stay on that lead lap by the looks of things. He has got the upper hand in that inside lane, but I don't think he's got the speed to keep up with Hamlin. So Logano is off the lead lap. That will, of course, update as soon as they go over the start-finish line. So as we start lap 36 of this Busch Clash experiment of 2021, it looks like Denny Hamlin is going to win this race. So as Hamlin comes round the chicane to enter the last bend of the race to take the checkered flag and win the Busch Clash of 2021 simulation on NASCAR 2003, as he comes round, you can see that checkered flag in the distance. He is going to win the Busch Clash 2021. What a race by him. That car is absolutely crackingly fast. As you can see, Ryan Blaney was 10 seconds behind. Boa was 22, Dylan 32, Harvick 40, Larson 46, Eric Jones was 50 behind, and Almirola and Elliott were a minute behind the leader, Denny Hamlin, who has gone on to win this simulation of the Busch Clash. I was going to say Busch Classic then. The Busch Clash 2021 simulation. Which from what NASCAR said will be the Daytona road course next year. I believe it's a big mistake, but you have to try these things to rule them out. They are trying it, they're giving it a go, they've listened to the fans, so let's see what happens as Denny Hamlin slows that fast car up and comes towards the pit lane. I do like this track, and I do think we will use it maybe in the Piston Cup and the Nations Cup. The Piston Cup Season 2 will be starting soon. At the moment we've got the Nations Cup, which will be back tonight, where we are back here at Daytona for the 2.5 mile speedway for the Nations Cup, and hopefully South Africa can keep on top of things and stay on the podium places. If you've not watched any of the Nations Cup, go into the playlists and take a look. It's been absolutely cracking. South Africa, believe it or not, are smashing it this season, who are top of the league. Hopefully they'll go on to win it, but we'll see. USA not having a good time in that Nations Cup. So there you have it. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Clint Bower, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Eric Jones, Almirola, Chase Elliott and Logano coming off the lead lap. Hamlin wins this little simulation. Kyle Busch loses 7 positions en route to an 18th place finish, which wasn't last, thankfully. Cracking race. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you this evening for the Nations Cup.